BearPodcast 477.
It involves showing of more fur.
It's nothing like making a pig bottom squeal than using bacon lube.
Village there full of gays.
Hey, all you bears!
Okay, I just saw this on Facebook today. I think he's closeted. You think he's just closeted?
And I got my ass chewed out by everyone.
Thanksgiving. The gay, the geek, and the bizarre.
You're laying on the couch eating bonbons and his junk strap.
Just that I saw it on next.
Do some sexting with
You're listening to BearPodcast.com.
He called and then he was freaked out. You're really bitter here.
I am very bitter.
Bitter.
It's been a
Party of
shitty
one
week.
over
The
here.
bitter party of one right here. It's been a shitty week, let me tell you.
Welcome everyone to Bear Podcast. I am Nard.
And I am Dave.
And welcome to episode 477
Wow,
of Bear Podcast.
that's
Yes.
a lot.
Actually, we're recording this on July 9th because next week, well, this coming weekend, we will be in P-Town. So we had to double up on the show so we could, for people for next week. We'll have an episode next week too.
We'll be having too much sex next week to podcast, sorry. So
Yeah.
you'll have to get an early one. But the one after P-Town, that's going to be fun.
I can't wait to see the videos coming out on XTube on P-Town 2013.
Oh, God, there was a great one after TBRU.
Oh, really?
Not a video, but a picture.
What pictures?
There might be video, too.
Mm.
There's a hottie from up in Nova Scotia area. That's all
Oh,
I'll say.
really?
Yeah. I chatted with him a little bit. He's a nice
Yeah.
guy.
Well, actually, this episode is we're doing this the day after we record episode 476 with Ray yesterday because he can't be here today because he is busy with the in-laws.
Busy with the in-laws.
Yeah, busy with the in-laws.
He's all married now.
I know.
Ray's so different now. He's just married and
he's
domestic.
well, sorta. It's okay.
It's a good thing.
It's a good
we
thing,
love
yeah.
Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, if they break up, I think we're going to lose Ray and keep Robbie.
Yeah, we'll keep Robbie. We'll have Robbie instead.
They're not breaking up, though.
No, they're not.
I think
They're
this is it.
What are you saying?
I've already broken them up.
Gosh.
Horrible. Wait,
You're horrible.
This is wood under here, right? No.
Okay, so just a few updates. There's not much update except that for me because we just did an episode yesterday. What did you do yesterday?
I had to go to Baltimore.
Okay.
So I was supposed to go out to dinner with my friends Eddie and Danny, but that didn't work out because, one, I got in an hour late, which happens a lot lately, being very annoyed by that. And the other thing was Danny had a late meeting at work that I guess didn't go well. Danny's kind of moody. When he's in a bad mood, you don't want to be around him.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't want to get dinner anymore, so we didn't go. So I was a little sad because I love those guys and haven't seen them in a while. So they're not coming to P-Town either, so
No,
I don't know when I'll see them next.
Well, too bad they're not coming.
Yeah.
So actually, this episode is, like I said, this is gonna be the weekend. We're recording right now before we go to P-Town. We might as well talk about P-Town.
We could, yeah.
And we're kind of planning to record from there. This time we have to record at the Dick Dock.
Oh, really?
At the Dick, inside.
Wait, you mean in the afternoon?
Well, during the afternoon.
we can't kind of
We can't do it while there's action in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of action in there, I think.
I'll bring a table or something.
I know, right?
I'll bring
Just set
some
up a
tripods.
table as some guy's like bent over the table and you're like trying to
We
interview.
were just talking about that. So I don't know if you heard that guy saying, piss.
No, in the Dick Doc, you mean?
Is it the Dick Doc?
What?
Yeah, he was screaming, piss.
Gross.
Piss. Okay.
I found lots
so-
of people would piss on him, probably.
Yeah, I think a few people did.
Okay.
I think Mike needed to pee, and then he heard the guy.
Did Mike
saying-
pee on him?
No, he didn't know.
Oh, Mike, you should have. That would have been an awesome story.
It's funny. Yeah, he didn't do it. Yeah, it's gonna be a very fun-filled weekend for us because going to Boston. First of all, we fly to Boston. We go on a Friday afternoon, I think.
Yes. Or
Yeah.
Friday morning.
We leave Friday
We're
morning.
leaving early. We get there about 1:30.
We're the same flight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I booked what you booked.
Oh, okay. That's right.
So you can hang out in the club with me. I'll get him in.
Yay! Okay.
Maybe fancy.
Get coffee.
fancy bears.
And what else? Some Danish.
Danish or You can get bagels.
Bagels.
cookies.
Oh yeah, there's bagels.
You can get a drink. Get drunk before you go.
Can we?
Sure.
It's all in house. I mean, you have to pay for that.
Um,
Alcohol in the President's Club.
if you do, it's a very nominal fee.
Oh, probably.
Sometimes they're free.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. We'll this coming weekend, and then we'll be there until the 23rd. I think we're gonna be there.
Yeah, you're staying that long too.
We're staying long because we're going to Maine also.
Right. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do for my extra days, but I did rent a car, and I'm thinking of driving maybe up the coast into Maine also. I've always wanted to go to Acadia National Park, and I've never been, so I might take the opportunity. It might be the only one I've got.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Should
we'll
be
see.
good. Should be a good drive from
Yeah.
there.
I'm staying the first night. I'm not staying in a hotel. I'm staying with my friend Bobby,
Oh, okay.
Rob Travers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's. I've been friends with him for a while now, so he has to be away that week. That he's going away that weekend, but he'll be around Friday. So he's like, "Why don't you stay with me?" It's like, "Cool."
Good idea. So I guess that Friday night we're gonna go to
The alley.
the alley.
Yeah.
I hope the air conditioning works.
Probably
the
not
last
very
time-
Well,
I don't know. For some reason, every time we go there, it just dies. I mean, the air conditioning does. Well, the last 2 times I've been there, we've been there twice, and both times air conditioning was down. So,
right.
so-
My friend Dave will be working. I know one of the guys that works at the alley, so he's a big old hot bear. So Dave.
Well, that's the advantage of not having an air conditioning because people get naked, so that's okay, or shirtless.
Oh yeah, kind of naked. They have underwear nights there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Will that be in that Friday night? This coming Friday?
I don't
No?
know, but that'd be awesome. I like that.
Interesting. We shall see. Okay, so let's move on to some of our topics.
Okay.
Houston area Bears.
Yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow's our first membership meeting with the new board. We're excited.
Mhm.
Got a lot to talk about. Since this won't air right away, one of the big things on the agenda is moving the bear bust, as we call it, to the Eagle
Mhm.
on Saturdays instead of Sundays.
Does this mean we will be transferring the club colors?
It probably does mean that, but we're gonna let the membership decide tomorrow. We're having a couple guys come in from there to talk about what they're offering us, and it sounds actually pretty good. They're gonna let us keep the tips and the door for the club. $2 drinks, $2 beers, domestics, including Shiner.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much have let us take over the club from 5 to 9, I think it is, on Saturdays,
Oh, nice.
and run it ourselves. So they'll have 1 or 2 bartenders on hand, for what I understand, but otherwise it's our bar to do what we want with.
Oh, we can podcast from there.
We probably could.
That's right. We'll
That'd
have
be
Gene
cool.
on the show.
Yeah, Gene would love to. Gene's he's a director. He's made a movie.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
That's why
that.
he's Real Bear, REEL Bear.
Oh, is he? I didn't know.
Yeah, he made a movie. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, he's and he's one of those guys that actually be good on a podcast because he runs the Geeks Who Drink pub quiz. He's kind of funny off the cuff.
Maybe he can have a game for us.
That'd be fun.
Oh, that's
You can-
right.
you can
Oh,
do
okay.
trivia.
I can. Well, I have him in the show, and then I'll have a game for him.
There you go. We could do that.
Turn the tables around.
Yeah, all right.
We can do that.
So I'm really excited. And some of the things I've been working on, if anyone wants to jump on Flickr or Tumblr, I just set up Houston Bears Flickr and Tumblr pages. Not a lot of pictures up yet. We're just starting to get it going. But if anyone wants to tell us how they look, feel free to jump on there and
Share
check
it.
out. We've also made
Add some notes. If
we
you're
made the
using
Houston
Tumblr.
Bears community site. It used to be a secret group, and now it's a closed group. You still have to ask to be a part of it, and we're still gonna moderate it some. But it's now searchable. So if anyone in the podcast realm wants to, friend us on Facebook, you can do that and hear about what's going on here in Houston with us. So
Yeah, I'm excited. So I plan to be there tomorrow.
yeah, me too. I will be.
Well, you have to be. You're an officer.
Well, you know what I did for the board meeting?
Yeah.
I stayed up until like 4:00 in the morning in London and Skyped in.
Oh, you really? Okay.
So I'm,
Wow.
We had-
Dedicated Houston Bears.
not only
member.
me, but every single member of the board was there at that meeting.
Oh, good.
I was the only one not physically there, but I was there and participated just like I was sitting there. It was great. It was on Skype. they would turn it like when someone else was talking.
So when you were Skyping, were you nude?
I was in my underwear.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I was the only board member that was barely clothed. Well, it was
Nice.
I
Would
only
it be
got
nice
an
if
hour
you
of
have
sleep.
meetings like that?
I literally only got about an hour and a half of sleep that night because
Oh.
I stayed up to do this. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Would you imagine that you're having an office meeting and then you're being your undies when you're Skyping in your car?
Well, I guess people work from home in the nude,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they do.
So it happens,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Okay. But anyway, okay. So, yeah. What's our website? HoustonBears.com, right? Or still, that's the same website.
Yeah, HoustonBears.com is the same website. Well, I would not suggest going to that website right now because we just got the information on how to get into that website, and it's really nothing much has been done with that website, and we're actually thinking of changing the whole thing.
Okay.
So it's kind of the way it's set up. It's just very hard to deal with it and to change it up. There's a lot going on in that website that we didn't realize until we got a handle on it. So we're probably making our own new one.
Okay. That's good. Still something like WordPress or...
Yeah, probably something along those lines we'll end up using.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually talking about farming it out to a guy in San Francisco that does website design, and he's fairly well known in the bear community too. His name's escaping me right now, but he's kind of well known, especially out there. So
Okay. San Francisco.
yeah,
Okay.
there's some gays there. I hear
There's some gays.
there's a few.
There's a few gays in San Francisco.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's go on with our topic that we but just before,
Oh yeah, that's right.
just before we arrived, right before Dave and I ate at a Chinese restaurant today.
Yeah, if I keep burping, I'm sorry. It's the Chinese food. It's just
Yeah.
getting a little bloated.
Yeah. So
It's like,
we're just not on the mics. Oh my
not on
God.
the mics.
Yeah. So it's been all around our Facebook wall. I mean, his Facebook wall. People,
Well, I threw something out today.
yeah.
And are you gonna read it? Is that
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, talk about it.
I just we're going to P Town, and I'm not really furry on my back, but I have a little bit of patches on both sides, and then kind of like above my butt, I have a patch of hair, but I'm not real furry on my back, so it's not like that even it's not the gorilla like Maynard's husband, but.
gorilla.
Yeah.
Like it's a gorilla.
He has gorilla hair back there, but
It's called gravity.
So
Everything from the head went down.
I threw it out. You want to take over what I threw out there?
Okay. So Dave here's question. The question is, so we're gonna ask you too, the audience.
Yeah.
Back hair or no back hair for P-Town? So that's the question. Do you shave? Do you manscape? Do you remove your back hair just for an event? Would you? So that's the question. And we have a lot of response. Well, Dave has a lot of responses.
Bob's response is my favorite. Bob from Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote something pretty funny actually, and at that point I decided I'm not going to shave my back hair because
You don't.
yeah.
Okay, Chris says, back hair, of course. Manscaping should be a capital felony. It is right up there with murder and rape.
He had very strong
heinousness.
views. On
I know,
this.
that's right.
He also has a beard that is like down here.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is a big bearded guy.
Yeah, I could see that in his Facebook. And Rich from Pennsylvania says, yes, he should. Wait, he said yes.
I know. What does yes mean? Yes, I should, or yes, I shouldn't. It didn't really expound on
Yes,
that.
Manscape, I guess. Oh, yes, hair. Because
hair.
yes for back hair or no for back hair. So yes for back hair. That's what he meant.
All right. That's
Okay.
Maynard's interpretation. I actually interpreted it the other way.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I should manscape. No, I shouldn't.
So because your question is back hair or no back hair for P-Town. That is the question. That's what you posted. So yes, back hair. That's what you said.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so Jim from Virginia says, I prefer to wax my back before big bear events. But only because my back hair is unfortunately very asymmetric and it bugs me. Well, Jim, if you have back hair, whether it's asymmetric or not, back
I've
hair
seen
is
his
awesome.
back.
I've
What
seen
is
his,
it?
I've seen his back at Drench Fur.
What is it? Asymmetric?
I think he.
Or is it waxed for that?
I think he's waxed.
Oh,
I think he's
okay.
waxed. Okay, who else? Let me see. Chris. Again, Chris.
Chris-
He said,
Chris kept jumping
the
in there. He
ninth
feels
circle of
very
hell
strong.
is reserved for murderers, child molesters, rapists, and
The
manscapers.
ninth circle of hell? I haven't read all my messages yet. I have
That
to
was
go.
a good one. Okay, so everybody said, yeah, Rashid says you should have back hair. Shane says, leave it. Yeah, I should
Shane
leave
in
it.
Virginia.
Yep. And then what else? Oh, of course,
Dude,
Gary.
you have
Gary
to read
from-
Barry. You have to read Bob.
Okay, let's
from
read Bob's.
Massachusetts. This was pretty good.
Bob says, I think the following week is lesbian week. If you want to shave your back. Is that what he said?
He basically called me a lesbian for wanting to shave my back. So I thought that was funny.
That's right. So Gary from Erie, Pennsylvania, of course, from Drenched Fur. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he said he's gonna call him, but he hasn't called him yet. Maybe
Yeah.
it would.
By the
come
way,
in
Gary's
person.
never seen the movie Say Anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Never. What?
Oh, you should see it.
We're gonna have a showing at Drenched Fur 10
Yeah, we're gonna.
because
do
I
that.
can't even believe he's never seen that movie. How do you not see the movie where John Cusack holds the radio over his head in the rain? It's such a classic cinematography scene. Like it's a cult classic, and he's never seen it. I was
What movie is that?
Say Anything.
Say Anything?
Yeah.
I guess I haven't seen it either. Maybe I may have seen it long
You've
time
never
ago.
seen Say Anything with John Cusack.
No, I don't think so. No.
The movie where he gets the reason why he gets rained on in every single movie he's been in since is because he stands in the rain holding a radio over his head that is playing the song "In Your Eyes" by Peter Gabriel.
Oh, Peter Gabriel. Okay.
Right, trying to woo back the girl.
Oh.
And it is like one of those scenes that everyone remembers. It's just one of those scenes. And since then, in every single movie, I think every single movie that John Cusack's been in,
He's always
been
does
rained
that.
on in the movie
Wow.
as a kind of a throwback to that scene. It's
kind
like
of
every other
stereotyping
director.
that
Well,
guy
every
now.
other director just it was such a great scene that directors in their movies make John Cusack stand in the rain.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I might be a very old. Maybe I've seen it before, but it's been a long time. Okay. So anyway, so what do you guys think? Well, how did we get to John Cusack? We're talking
Oh, I
about
don't know.
manscaping here.
Yeah, that was a totally different topic with Gary
Your
earlier.
tangents.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
God.
always do that to your podcast.
You always
Oh,
tangent away. So anyway,
yeah.
yeah, what do you guys think about manscaping? Should you shave your back for P-Town? Or do you shave your back and...
I would say 9 out of 10 on there
You
were
know,
anti the whole shaving the back hair.
no shaving of backs, no... Is it back hair or
Wait,
just generally
We're
chest
talking about
hair?
P-Town here. They're kind of fancy bears there, right?
No, some of them embrace the hair.
How many muscle bears have shaved backs at P-Town? There's lots of them.
Lots of them. So you
Of
want to
course
be a...
some of them get shunned. P-Town.
So you want to be a muscle bear?
No,
like.
I'm not a muscle bear. Look at me. Do I
You're a
look like muscle
pocket
bear?
cub.
No, I'm not.
He hates
I'm
that.
gonna hit you with this microphone.
He hates the word pocket
How
cub.
dare you?
He hates the word
I
pocket
hate it. I
cub.
hate it. I don't like it.
I want everyone to voicemail in.
I want to see someone try to put me in their
Pocket cub.
pocket. I'll put them in the hospital. I don't like it.
Okay, not pocket cub, pocket bear. Still no.
No.
Anything
I don't like the word
pocket.
pocket.
Pocket. Okay.
Not someone's pocket toy. I
Well,
don't like it. I don't
depends.
know. Everyone has their things. That's mine. I don't like
Mhm.
that one.
anyway, okay. So yeah, give us your feedback. Show at BearPodcast.com. Tell us what you think about manscaping. Okay, time for the gay, the geek, and the bizarre. Okay, let's go for the gay. Okay, this is our neighboring state because we're here in Texas, and this is from Louisiana. Louisiana Republican introduces bill to ban LGBT rainbow flag from public buildings. Good luck with that. So, a city councilman in Louisiana is drafting a new set of ordinances that would ban the flying of rainbow flags on any public property after a constituent took umbrage with one such flag that was raised by a local LGBT organization. In celebration of National Pride Month and the demise of the Defense of Marriage Act last month, Members of the LGBT community in Lafayette, Louisiana, gathered in Girard Park for the annual Pride in the Park celebration. Local paper, the Daily Advertiser, was there to cover the event and ran a photo in the next day's paper of participants hoisting the rainbow flag that has come to represent the LGBT community. So what? I mean, what's wrong with having gay flags?
Some people don't like gay people still.
Oh, that's right. So Ray Green, a veteran of the Korean War, saw the photograph and brought it to the attention of Andy Noquin, a city parish councilman who is now drafting legislation that would outlaw the flying of the rainbow flag. Wow, ooh, scary. Ban the flag and any other non-government flag in any public venue. Green, who served in the Korean War, told the Daily Advertiser that he found the flag offensive. Oh, just like so many bigots, right? I did not go overseas. I did not go overseas and fight for our country so that we could come back and be subject to something like that.
Actually, he did. When you join the military, you go to fight for freedom, right?
That's right.
You fight for the freedoms that this country enjoys, and one of those freedoms is being allowed to fly the flag of your choice.
That's right.
Okay.
So-
Go on.
Green said Friday. That's what Green said last Friday. So several of us veterans feel that the flying of this flag is a poke in the eye of a way of life, right? So opponents of the proposed ordinance say no disrespect was intended, of course, and we're quick to point out that there are thousands of gay veterans who have fought for their country as well. Green told the paper that while he is not against gays, he is opposed to the act itself. Well, I'm sure his bunkmates back then in the military.
I know.
I'm sure there's
quite a
gay
few
sex then.
Gay people in the military that have shared gay things with me. No comments, but yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's kind of stupid. It's gonna be in Louisiana. I don't know if it's gonna pass, and I don't think it
The only
will.
issue I have is you're not supposed to fly another flag on the same flagpole as the American flag.
Not the same flagpole.
There
no.
are many flag etiquette rules about flying the American flag, and I follow them pretty much to a T. Although I left my flag up overnight the other night, and I felt bad. But you're not supposed to fly them on the same flagpole. I totally agree with that.
Oh yeah, there.
And I saw that.
There are
Someone
flag
posted a
etiquette.
picture of the American flag with the pride flag underneath it, and I didn't like that. But I have no problem.
So you're saying
flying
it should be at least with a separate pole.
a separate
Should be
flagpole.
separate. And how about I heard about the American flag should be higher than any other flags.
Except for any other national flag. In a time of war, you can fly it higher, what the countries are at war against. But otherwise, you're supposed to fly the American flag at the same height as any other national flags. But it also, if the flagpoles are the same height, it should be the flag on the right as you're looking away from the building as well.
To
There's
be
all
right
kinds of
most.
rules like that.
Oh.
And, and people should be aware of those rules, I think.
Yeah, actually, in the Big Bang Theory,
Oh, really? Is this a topic
Jim,
of it?
there was a topic. Actually, it's one of Sheldon Cooper's video podcast, "Fun with Flags." Actually, he has that. He has a segment there called "Fun
Right.
with Flags," and of course, he would do it with Amy, and then they would explain flags, what are they for. But I guess it will be part of their topic. But it was just a small segment of the
Flag etiquette.
flag etiquette. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I think this will not go through because there are so many gays in Louisiana. Well,
Yeah,
especially
that
New
state
Orleans.
just, Louisiana. It
Yeah.
sounds gay.
It sounds gay. Louisiana sounds gay.
Well, Lafayette, it's
Lafayette sounds gay. Well,
Well-
it's gay because of the True Blood character Lafayette, I guess.
No, I'm just saying, that's not a real gay area.
No, it isn't.
You wouldn't
no.
think. Well, the gays are everywhere. They're just quieter in certain places.
Mhm.
But our friend Greg lives there. Do you know Greg?
Mhm.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Robert is good friends with him. He's on your pictures.
Is one of yours? This
Yeah.
naked one here?
No, not that one.
Not that one. Okay. Sorry. If you're watching the video podcast, we've been flashing some pictures from the last pool party that we went to. So there is one naked guy, and I don't know if you can see it, but
I think it's coming up next.
no, it's not.
Yeah, there.
Oh
These
yeah.
guys
Oh,
are
that
friends.
Robert. Okay.
They're friends with a friend of ours in
Okay.
Lafayette.
Yeah. Yeah. Lafayette or Baton Rouge? I believe it's Baton Rouge.
The one I know.
The one I
is
know
in
is
Lafayette.
in
Greg is in Lafayette.
Greg. He's with the goatee and kind of chubby, right? And big guy.
Yeah. Harley.
Just like any other bear I know.
Yeah, like every Harley Bear, I believe it is online.
Harley Bear.
Something
Maybe I
like
met him
that.
by face or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So what do you guys think? If you guys live in Louisiana, then let us know. Okay, so let's go on with the geek.
Guess we just called your whole state gay.
You know.
The geek. So there are 5 new features that could be on your next car. Cameras that check the car around for pedestrians. Radar that stops you from drifting out of your lane. An engine that will be able to turn off automatically at traffic lights to conserve fuel. Technology that saves lives and fuel is getting better and cheaper. That means it's no longer confined to the luxury brands like Mercedes or Volvo. Volvo's a luxury brand? Whatever. It's
Some
now
people
showing
I
up
know
on mainstream vehicles like the Nissan Rogue and Ford Fusion. What we see today is a slightly elitist technology. Elitist technology?
Is it really? I don't know.
Yes. Is changing very, very fast, said Stephen Lund, Chief Operating Officer for TRW Automotive, which supplies electronics and other parts to car makers. It says the newest radar is the quarter of the price of the model it sold 10 years ago. The cameras are smaller and cheaper, too, making it easier to put multiples on each car. High-tech options can still cost a few $1,000s more, but these costs will come down as technology improves and automakers add them to more and more vehicles. So here's some of the upcoming features. Collision warning and backup braking, advanced cameras, lane centering so that you don't drift out of your lane if you fall asleep or whatever, or if you're, texting. Adaptive headlights, stop and start, so that will, at stoplights your engine will shut off, stuff like that.
Wait, how does that work? Stop and start?
At the end, kind of like the way I guess the hybrids work now, or
okay.
You stop at the light and it gives the battery power or something like that
Okay,
instead
that
of gas. So I don't know. I mean, I think that some of that stuff is good. My issue is you're now costing cars are so much more expensive than they used to be because they're getting so much more advanced in the audio and video technology on them that I don't know if it's cost prohibitive now to put so much stuff in a car.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Well, let me see. There are a few that might be good, in my opinion, would be the advanced cameras because I think that's going to be a standard in a couple of years. When you're backing up, one of those is there's a camera at the back.
Yeah.
And what else? Well, collision warning with automatic braking. There are some cars that do that already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like some Mercedes, yeah. Like
The higher end cars.
The higher end cars.
The elitist cars, as the guy put
Now,
it.
lane centering, to me, is just lazy. Don't you think it's just lazy?
Well, I mean, there are people that drive long distances and maybe fall asleep at the wheel.
So it just automatically does it for you?
Well, I guess, I don't know if it sets off a warning or something. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know how it works. But, I mean, my ex-wife needed that. She would just, the whole time we were in the car, it would make me crazy. She'd just weave in the lane. She'd never go over the line, but she'd drift back and forth.
But don't you do that when you're texting someone?
Women drivers. Hey, don't laugh. He's Asian.
Wait a second. That's why I'm not commenting. That's why I'm not giving a hell about it. Anyway, so yeah, what do you guys think? Adaptive headlights? I don't know about that. I don't think it's going to be.
Well, I don't know. Was it they dim as the car goes by? What is that? How does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
But whatever. I just don't care much about it.
Yeah, and that new headlight's going to cost about 10 times more than the current headlight costs, which isn't cheap.
Yeah.
So,
I just know that the cameras, advanced cameras would be used. Even some people. Speaking of cameras, I've always wanted to install one of those dashboard cameras that you can buy for $45 for HD or $50, $60, I think. Dashboard camera, and you put an SD card, and then when you're driving, you can just video yourself driving. I mean, not yourself, but your path, so you can see what's going on.
You made me think of something. I always see the Fry's Electronics circular in the Houston Chronicle.
They have those?
We're going to have to go to that place one day and check it out. Unless it's only online, I don't know. Because they have some really cool deals there. And some of them are like home camera, anti-theft system type stuff, and they're pretty cheap now.
Yeah, it is
Pretty
getting
good
cheap.
stuff.
I was
Like night
surprised
vision
myself. If you just go to Woot. I don't know if you go to Woot.com. They have a daily sale, and one of them are these cameras. $80 for a wireless HD security camera that you can install outside. You just need the power it up, plug it up,
Right.
and then you'll be able to connect to the network, and you have a security camera for your house.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great idea. I mean, I want it. I want one. It's cheap. I mean, it's not. It used to cost how much? $300 for a whole setup.
Yeah.
But now
At
for
least.
$80 or $90, you can have a whole security system already. Well,
And you can set it up. You can monitor it on your iPhone and
Yes.
things like that now.
and see who's or monitor if your partner left the house already.
Oh God.
You know that story? Oh my God. We're not gonna name names. It's kind of stalkerish if you do that.
Yes, there are some people that take it a little too far. Maybe.
We're not gonna go there because we are talking about car
Because
parts.
he listens to the podcast.
Yeah. Well, maybe
if he
that's
didn't, maybe we.
Well,
talk
we have
about it.
friends who are friends who are listening to the podcast. Okay, let's move on.
All right.
Okay, let's go to the bizarre. This is actually from Dave. Dave suggested this to us, and I thought it was a bizarre.
It's pretty.
It's a good bizarre. Mob beheads the soccer referee. So mob beheads a soccer referee after he stabs a player during a match in Brazil. So fans stoned, quartered, and decapitated. This is horrible. This is gruesome.
This is like
And
medieval times.
I know,
Stuff.
just because of soccer. I know they do that with karaoke in the Philippines. Who sings "My Way" by Frank Sinatra better? They do that. They have fights.
God.
I can sing "My Way" better than you. But anyway, so that happens in karaoke bars in the Philippines. So anyway, so this is in Brazil. So fans stoned, quartered, and decapitated a soccer referee after the ref stabbed the player to death during a match. The deadly incident took place June 30th during an amateur match in Maranhão, Brazil, after referee Otávio Jordão da Silva threw out player Josinir dos Santos Abreu. ESPN FC reported. My God, this is really challenging my Spanish name reading. And he's 31. He's believed to have struck Silva after the players questioned a decision. According to a police statement, the ref and player got into a fist fight. Then Silva pulled a knife and stabbed Abreu. The Associated Press reported in a story carried by SI.com. Sports Illustrated. That's SI.com, right?
Well, ESPN FC is the overseas. It's like it used to be like Deportes, but now it's
And then they have SI.com. Anyway, enraged
Sports Illustrated.
enraged spectators stormed the field, tied up. This is horrible. Tied up Silva and beat, stoned, and quartered him. And Silva's head was mounted on a stake, and that they planted in the middle of the
They
field.
put his head on a stake in the middle
God.
of the field after quartering him.
I know. It's like an episode of Game of Thrones, something like that. So Abreu, meanwhile, died on the way to the hospital. Well, he only had stabs. So one man has been arrested and two more are being sought in Silva's death, authorities said. The incident came about a year before Brazil hosts Soccer World Cup Championship,
That should be
where
fun.
me and Mike might go.
Good luck.
To Brazil? How bad is it? It's gonna be.
I've been to Sao Paulo, and
It's hard.
I've never seen poverty quite like that.
Oh really?
Well, I have in Nigeria, but Sao Paulo, the favelas and these like houses built on houses, and
It's not very.
it's just slums. And
Oh
there's
really?
even the nicest area of
And they're gonna
Sao
have
Paulo
our
where I
Olympic-
stayed was still pretty dangerous at night.
And then they're gonna have the World Cup there.
Is it gonna be in Sao Paulo or Rio?
Oh, I don't know yet where.
Rio's supposedly not quite as bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
more touristy.
But anyway, okay, just to finish this story. It followed by a little more than 2 months on April 27th incident in Taylorsville, Utah, in which a 17-year-old goalie allegedly punched referee Ricardo Portillo, 46, in the face after Portillo issued him a yellow card. Portillo sustained internal head injuries, fell into a coma, and died a week later, CNN reported. So, anyway, these are, what would you rather watch, MMA or soccer? You should watch soccer because there's MMA too.
I don't even know what to call that. It's like really going back 700 years.
I know, right?
To quarter someone and then put their head on a stick.
If you quarter someone,
you
have machetes. Somebody's got a machete or something.
You would think. It sounds like he was still alive. Did they kill him first and then quarter him, or was he quartered alive?
They stoned him. They tied him up and stoned him.
Right.
And then quartered him. Oh,
I don't even know what to say about this article. It's hard to believe it happened, but
it is bizarre. At the same time, it's really sad because people are just too much of a fanatic, just because of a bad call.
This is a country that's not a third world country, really. It's an economy that's one of the biggest in the world.
Oh yes, it is actually. Yes, that's right.
We're talking Brazil here. We're not talking like Saudi Arabia or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, to do Saudi Arabia.
Bizarre indeed.
Bizarre indeed. It's very bizarre and very sad. But anyway, so what do you guys think of the stories? Email us so you could react to this. Okay, so what's the plan this week?
The plan is Friday morning. Well, first we have to pack. That's an endeavor. And then Friday morning.
I don't want to pack too much.
You're not?
Yeah.
I might take 2 suitcases. Yeah, that or one big
one. We're going to be there. I think we're just going to, not very big suitcase because we have laundry there. We can do laundry there if we need to. So.
Yeah, I think we have that ability too, but I'm not sure.
So you pack for 7 days, it's fine.
Yeah. Maynard and I are not staying in the same place. No, I had originally tried to stay in the townhouse next to Maynard, but a guy that went last year was going to go, and he was supposed to set it up, but he couldn't go, so we lost that out. We lost out on that one. Mm-hmm. But I think are they friends of Benny and Carrie's that are going to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So we might make new friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of my friends from D.C. had an opening and asked me to come along, so I'm really excited because I get to hang out with them.
Okay, that's good.
So, shout outs to David and Jay and Wheeler and Tim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about that because we're going to be staying there. We have to be cooking also. Once you're there, you're assigned one evening to cook. So, for the household. Yeah.
That's what I understand, yeah.
It's economical that way. What's bad though, we don't have a bike. We tried to reserve, but we couldn't reserve 2 weeks before. Because last year we did it 1 week before we were able to get one. Right. Now we tried 2 weeks before. They're all sold out. They're all
where I'm
ran out.
I mean, it would be nice to have to get to the beach and stuff, but I'm pretty much staying right in the heart of everything this year. So it's kind of nice.
That's one thing I want to do. I want to try the beach. Last year we didn't have time to go to the beach.
If you go to the beach, let me know. I'd like to go too.
Yeah.
I think the guys I'm with go.
We wanted to plan it, you go to the beach. You ride a bike to go to the beach. I wanted to do that because it's easier. But now I guess we're going to ride pedicabs or rent a bike for a day. I would rather rent a bike for a week, so it's easier. But, oh well. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Can't reserve. Anyway, okay, so that's the plan. We're going to be there for a week. We'll probably be recording from there. Hopefully we can meet and hopefully maybe a podcast with the stars of Where the Bears Are, the movie.
Oh, that'd be cool to finally meet them in person.
Yeah, we're going to meet them in person. Hopefully somewhere there.
Have you reached out to them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did tell them. I did tell Rick that, hey, we're going to be at the P-Town. So, yeah, we're looking forward to see Rick there. Rick Kopp plays Reggie.
You spoke with him a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, he was our guest a couple weeks ago, so he's really awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's it. Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening. If you want to contact us, send your emails to show@bearpodcast.com.
Or you can call us and leave us voicemail at 206-222-2327. It's 206-222-BEAR. Leave us a voicemail and we will play it on the show.
Yes. we're kind of hoping that we have some voicemails
Oh,
today about the hair
Yeah,
issue.
we had one I thought was gonna call in.
I thought he was
but,
gonna call in, but they think, I'll do it later. But then we're
Yeah.
recording now. Anyway, okay, so that's it. And also subscribe by iTunes, Vimeo, and YouTube. You can also catch the show on Stitcher Radio. And follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And go to the official website at BearPodcast.com. Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening. And we will catch you guys next week. Many woofs and many hugs.
Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear. Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear. Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear.
because I don't like Pepsi products, but I like Aquafina the best. I hate Dasani. This has a very clean, refreshing taste. I like the Aquafina.
Oh, shit. Ah, it's a good thing it's closed.
How dare you use that kind of language on the podcast? Are we still podcasting, or are we just hanging out talking?
We're still recording.
Oh, we're recording.
That's right.
Sorry, everyone in the Bear Podcast world. We'll actually be more professional from this moment on.
No, it's okay.